Luxury isn't always about what you see. Often, it's about what you feel. The feeling of walking into a room and instantly wanting to stay a little longer. The softness of evening light against textured walls. The quiet comfort of a home that feels collected rather than decorated. And surprisingly, that feeling often begins with color. Today, we're exploring 10 timeless paint colors that can transform ordinary rooms into spaces that feel calm, elegant, and beautifully lived in. Color number 10, Sherwood Tan. Sherwood Tan opens our countdown with a feeling many homeowners are searching for right now. Comfort. Not the casual kind, but the kind that makes a house feel settled, welcoming, and genuinely lived in. Imagine a living room on a quiet afternoon. Sunlight drifts through soft linen drapery, warming natural wood floors and highlighting the gentle texture of woven fabrics. Nothing feels overly designed. Nothing feels forced. The entire space simply feels right. That's the beauty of Sherwood Tan. It creates a backdrop that allows everyday life to feel a little softer and more inviting. Family gatherings feel warmer, morning coffee feels slower, even familiar rooms seem to gain a sense of quiet character. It's a lovely beginning to our list, but the next color introduces a completely different kind of elegance, one rooted in depth, history, and quiet confidence. Color number 9. Cardroom Green. Some colors immediately capture attention. Cardroom Green does something more interesting. It captures atmosphere. There's a richness here that feels deeply comforting, like stepping into a beautifully appointed library as evening settles outside. Picture warm lamplight reflecting across built-in bookshelves, aged wood finishes, and carefully collected furnishings that have been loved for years. This shade carries a sense of history without ever feeling formal. It creates rooms that encourage people to linger, conversations seem to last longer. The outside world feels a little farther away. What makes Cardroom Green especially appealing is the sense of permanence it brings. It doesn't feel trendy or temporary. It feels established, as though it has belonged to the home for decades. Yet the next color takes us somewhere brighter, softer, and surprisingly luxurious in its simplicity. Color number 8, Portland Stone. Luxury doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it arrives quietly through beautiful materials, natural light, and a sense of effortless balance. That's exactly what Portland Stone delivers. This elegant neutral has a remarkable ability to make a room feel brighter while maintaining warmth and character. As daylight moves across the walls, the entire space seems to glow with a soft, understated beauty. Picture a serene sitting room filled with layered linen upholstery, warm oak furniture, and natural stone accents. Every texture feels elevated. Every detail feels intentional. Rather than competing for attention, Portland Stone allows architecture and craftsmanship to become part of the story. The result feels timeless, refined, and wonderfully calming. But if Portland Stone draws inspiration from natural materials, the next shade strengthens the connection between home and nature itself. Color number 7, Boringdon Green. There are colors that decorate a room, and then there are colors that influence how a room feels. Boringdon Green belongs firmly in the second category. Soft and grounded, it brings a gentle connection to the natural world indoors. Imagine large windows framing mature gardens, morning light filtering through trees, and interiors that feel seamlessly connected to the landscape beyond. There's something deeply restorative about this shade. It quiets visual clutter, it softens busy spaces. It creates an environment that feels calm without ever feeling sleepy. As the day unfolds, the color seems to shift alongside the changing light, creating subtle moments of beauty that never become repetitive. And while this sense of tranquility is undeniably appealing, the next color begins introducing a richer layer of sophistication. Color number 6, Thunderous. Thunderous proves that luxury can sometimes be found in restraint. Darker than the colors we've seen so far, it brings a sense of depth that instantly elevates a room without overwhelming it. Imagine a beautifully designed living area as dusk settles outside. Soft architectural lighting begins to glow. Rich wood furnishings become more prominent. Textured fabrics and carefully chosen artwork suddenly feel more dramatic against the backdrop of these deeper walls. The effect is incredibly sophisticated, yet despite its moodier presence, Thunderous remains surprisingly calm. There's a confidence to it, a sense of quiet refinement that makes a home feel thoughtfully curated rather than decorated. And from this point forward, the atmosphere becomes even more luxurious. Color number 5, Raindance. Raindance feels like stepping into a private retreat at the end of a long day. Everything about it encourages a slower pace. Imagine a bedroom layered with crisp bedding, soft throws, and gentle lighting that creates a warm glow throughout the evening. The room feels peaceful, balanced, and wonderfully restorative. This is the type of color that transforms ordinary routines into enjoyable rituals. Reading before bed feels more relaxing. Weekend mornings feel quieter. Even moments of stillness seem easier to find. What makes Raindance so appealing is its ability to create serenity without sacrificing sophistication. It feels polished, it feels welcoming, and it creates exactly the kind of atmosphere many homeowners hope to achieve but rarely find. Still, the next color introduces a level of refinement that feels even more distinctive. Color number 4, Livid. Some of the most beautiful interiors reveal themselves gradually. Livid has that quality. At first glance, it feels understated. Spend a little more time with it, however, and a remarkable depth begins to emerge. There's a softness that recalls cloudy skies, historic architecture, and beautifully aged materials that become more appealing over time. The effect feels thoughtful rather than obvious. Imagine detailed millwork, tailored furnishings, and subtle layers of texture illuminated by natural light throughout the day. Nothing feels trendy, nothing feels rushed. Instead, the room carries a sense of quiet sophistication that grows more appealing the longer you experience it. And now we're entering the final 3, where comfort and luxury begin blending in especially memorable ways. Color number 3, Carnelian. Carnelian introduces something we've only touched on so far, warmth. Not just visual warmth, but emotional warmth. This is the color of inviting evenings, intimate conversations, and rooms that naturally draw people together. As lamps begin to glow and daylight fades, the atmosphere becomes remarkably rich and welcoming. Imagine a beautifully designed sitting room filled with soft textures, natural wood tones, and carefully layered lighting. The entire space seems to radiate comfort. There's an intimacy here that feels incredibly luxurious. Not because the room feels expensive, because it feels deeply loved. And that emotional quality makes Carnelian unforgettable. Yet our next color achieves something even rarer, dramatic elegance that remains completely timeless. Color number 2, Silhouette. Silhouette has a presence that's difficult to ignore. Rich, sophisticated, and beautifully enveloping, it creates rooms that feel instantly elevated from the moment you enter. Imagine a luxury boutique hotel suite where every detail has been carefully considered. Sculptural lighting, tailored upholstery, layered textiles, and beautifully balanced proportions all seem enhanced by the depth of the surrounding walls. Despite its richness, Silhouette never feels overwhelming. Instead, it creates intimacy, comfort, a sense of escape. It's the kind of color that transforms ordinary rooms into memorable experiences, and yet the number 1 color takes a completely different approach to luxury, one that feels lighter, softer, and perhaps even more timeless. Color number 1, Silent White. And now we've arrived at number 1, Silent White. Some colors impress immediately. Silent White does something more lasting. It changes the way a home feels. There is a softness to this shade that makes every room appear calmer, brighter, and more welcoming. Natural light seems to linger a little longer. Linen textures become more beautiful. Warm wood finishes feel richer. Architectural details stand out with quiet confidence. Imagine waking to gentle morning light in a serene bedroom or spending an evening in a softly illuminated living room where everything feels balanced and effortless. That's the power of Silent White. It never dominates a space. Instead, it allows the entire home to shine. The result is a kind of luxury that feels deeply personal, peaceful, timeless, and endlessly livable. A home that doesn't simply look beautiful, a home that feels beautiful. Those were 10 timeless paint colors capable of bringing warmth, elegance, and a sense of calm luxury into everyday living. I'd love to know which one felt most like home to you. Was it the comforting warmth of Sherwood Tan, the rich character of Cardroom Greene, or the quiet serenity of Silent White? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy timeless interiors, cozy luxury spaces, and design ideas that make a home feel both beautiful and deeply inviting, be sure to continue to our next video for even more inspiration. Until then, thank you for spending a little time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.